What's up guys, Pro Strat number 8, where pros do strats, and FURIA is back at it again with a unique strategy that allows them to get a full surround on the defenders in the inner bomb site on train. This involves 2 smokes behind Pop Dog and basically lets them get close into Z and then on top of Z train and lets them fight basically from every angle, from upper, from lower, and of course from Z. Friendly reminder that these are the callouts I'll be using since I am North American. Starting off with the POVs, we have Casacrado, who's going to do a thorough brown hall clear, which is going to involve that Molotov into upper, and then this pop flash for anyone jiggle peeking the lower ramp. That spam is to catch the person falling back from the angle that you would jiggle peek from, and after this clear, he's just going to line up his smoke, get some flashes out. Casacrado is going to be going upper to attack the bomb site, and since he's alone, he's going to be waiting for his initial attack, which is the 2 people going towards Z, to make contact and to get a kill before exposing himself and getting a second tag on the guy in Summit. Yuri's going to throw a sandwich smoke, which is probably just to keep a few CTs closer to the A bomb site rather than having an early rotate. He's then just going to watch the ladder flank for most of the round. This is actually an important thing to do and is a little overlooked because of how long the strategy takes for the attack to actually make contact with the CTs. Remember that the 2 people running towards Z have to run towards Z, obviously, which is going to take some time, and during that time rotates can come in, namely through ladder, so Yuri is preventing that and allowing the full surround on the inner bomb site to actually happen. Vinny's going to be one of the 2 people attacking Z. He's going to throw this smoke that lands in front of Pop Dog to prevent anyone from holding an angle from, let's say, spools, to be able to spot the main attack going into Z. Vinny's also going to throw a Molotov into the very back of lower ramp towards CT spawn so that they have room to get up to the Z train and look for picks. Art's going to be opping this round, and he's going to be first holding the upper ramp in case anyone wants to late peek FURIA. Once he suspects that no one is really going to peek him, he's going to throw his smoke that lands behind Pop as well. And along with some flashes, he's going to hold the smoke that Vinny threw close to the lower ramp and in front of Pop Dog. I found this actually kind of interesting considering he had the op. I figured he would want to be upper, but he does have the bomb. But then Casacrado could have just had the bomb and hold this with the AK and have Art go upper without the bomb. I don't know. Either way, he gets really late contact on the guy's Summit, but he's already dead, so he just gets to plant for free. Last up is Gary, who's subbing in for Able J in this tournament. He's going to just throw 2 flashes into the outer bomb site to put a little pressure like I mentioned before. From there, he's going to be supporting the charge into Z from Sidewalk. He throws a molly and then a smoke into Z, presumably to prevent people from thinking about pushing through the smoke. He ends up dying in the back anyway, and is a little fortunate that no one was actually in Z from the outer bomb site anyway. Had that happened, this could have been a very different round. So let's do the smokes. He had 1 smoke right here, and then he had 2 smokes to cover this giant opening here. And then you had a Molotov into Z. There's also a sandwich smoke, but I'm sure you guys know that, so let's just do these. To throw the close front pop smoke, you just want to get into this corner here on this ledge. And inside the sunlight here, you can see that there's a red, a white, and then a red stripe here. And you just want to aim between this middle red one and this white one. I don't think it's particularly specific considering how small of a gap this is to cover off, but if you want to line up, that's the lineup. To throw the smoke that lands directly behind Pop Dog, you want to get into this corner here. Looking at this B decal, under it you can kind of see that there's this vertical beam here. And for me, I have to aim under the B about 1 crosshair. You're going to run and then jump throw a little bit before you touch this railing here. So let's do this. You're also going to be walking jump throw to throw the smoke. I should have specified. And this is usually going to be good enough. This is actually a precise smoke if you want it to be absolutely perfect. As you can see, I left a gap here. Art's smoke, which is the one further away from Pop, is in the opposite corner, aiming at the center intersection of the beams on the upper balcony thingamadude. Same thing, you just want to walk a decent amount and then let go. And that'll land right there, which should be pretty good as well. So in conjunction, it should look a little something like this, which should be half decent. They also do the Molotov, which is pretty generic, and then they threw a smoke into it afterwards, which was interesting. They also threw this Molotov just like in there. And then they got on top of Z and started looking for fights this way. Singularity actually did the smart reaction, or like a very calculated reaction, in that they rotated into CT spawn like almost immediately. I'm assuming that Singularity, they couldn't have anti-stratted this because this is the first time that FURIA did this strat, but I'm sure there were very good comms from the two people in her that there were smokes in front and behind Pop, so they could go Sidewalk into Z. And perhaps there was another comm that said that you should rotate into CT, or that they're, you know, flanking the bomb site from the backside. Whatever the case is, good job on Singularity for getting the proper rotates and not just being stuck behind this Z smoke. With all this being said, I think there are a few holes in the strategy that may or may not be abused, but it's a little bit of a chance more than counterplay. So the first thing is that there is very little presence outside, aside from a sandwich smoke and like 3 flashes. If the CTs, Singularity, wanted to commit to T-con control, for example, you know, if they managed to have Molotovs, mollies, and proper flashes that go into T-con, I don't actually know what these are offhand, they could very easily clear out T-con, no pressure, and then call for the rotate into inner. In a similar fashion, you could get Ivy control, which is not uncommon at all from CTs, you know, doing something like this with the smoke there. In this particular instance that FURIA ran this strategy, Yuri was watching the ladder flank the entire time, meaning if something went wrong in the inner bomb site, for example, they just got really aggressive upper out of nowhere, or they pushed through one of the 3 smokes that FURIA threw, right here, or either of these two, then there's a good chance that Singularity can get a pick and kind of, I wouldn't say destroy, but really mess up the strat. To be fair, Art was holding this with a Deeg, and you know, he could hear any self pop flashes that could come through the smoke, but no one was really watching this smoke here. So if there was a, you know, chance that someone wanted to make a bold move and just do something like this and come through looking towards lower, there could have been a pick here. He could have done the same thing here. He would have gotten a pick on an unsuspecting T that was on the Z train here. Overall though, I kind of like this strategy in that it's unique, it catches people off guard, and is relatively sound in what they want to do. The only problem is that they really need to get these kills individually. There's not really any buddy system or like trading that's going to happen if you can isolate the attacks properly. This is a good out of the blue unexpected strategy, but you don't want to keep this in your playbook because it becomes predictable, easily countered, and well, anti-stratted. So anyway, thanks for watching, and like the video if you liked the video.